What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
One thing about I went to Africa and one thing ain't changed. Stitches need stitches.
They need stitches.
Yeah.
Speaking of South Africa, can you explain to the people why we had an episode last week?
Hi guys. As on the previous episode, I stated that I was going to South Africa and that there would not be an episode. Just like I said, and I stuck to my word, I went to South Africa and there was no episode.
Fabian, just so you know, not to put any listeners on blast.
I appreciate.
He'll text me the morning. He'll text me Wednesday morning. Like, dang, can the episode wake up?
I appreciate that energy though. At least we know that we doing something right. That we talking about some interesting stuff. I feel it. I F with that. I'm gonna cut back on cuss words, I think.
Really?
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of people
really make me feel cursing when I'm mad or if I'm trying to get a point across. It really does release dopamine. I don't know.
Whenever people find out I don't curse, they always try to censor themselves around me, which is so interesting because I don't care and I don't have a problem with people that curse, but I guess it's out of respect, but it's not like a religious thing. I just don't curse.
I think that's what people go with it when they hear that you don't curse. It sounds like you're doing it for a religion.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. But I used to curse so much. I used to be so gutter child. But anyway, so how was South Africa?
South Africa was actually really cool. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it because I was gone for 10 days, so I could talk the whole episode about it. Just some major highlights. I don't think that, so the bad thing, I did get sick from the food.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't the water?
Huh?
You sure it wasn't the water instead of the food?
It was the food. So, I had the trip mixed up. I'm almost 100% sure that I said I was going to Johannesburg first, then Cape Town, then back to Johannesburg. That wasn't the case. When I first got to Africa, we went to Cape Town. So I had to go to Johannesburg, then fly to Cape Town. That was the longest thing. But you know what? I had Delta One going, and it really helped. I slept pretty much that whole time.
I couldn't. I did sleep on I slept by force on my trip to Kenya only because it was like, bruh.
Yeah.
But it was for maybe 2 hours. It really wasn't long.
Yeah, sleeping on flights can be very uncomfortable, but when you laying down in Delta One.
Yeah, I definitely slept in Delta One on my way back. But see, that was an 8-hour flight coming back. I mean, shoot, the worst of it, I was halfway there.
Dang, I wish it was 8 hours. It was 16.
But I prefer a nonstop flight because it took, in your case, it wasn't nonstop, but if you live in Atlanta, it would have been. But when I had to do 8 hours to Paris, 8 hours to Kenya, 8 hours to Amsterdam, from Kenya to Amsterdam, 8 hours back to America. And it's that's 4 trips, for real.
Yeah. No, it felt like it. I broke mine up on the way back. But yeah, the food got us sick. And I will say that I think that it was because we were trying things that we never ate before. And then also, of course, since it's in Africa, it's farm to table. And we don't have that. So, that option. We have that option here, but I don't know nobody that just had their own animals, cutting them up and selling the meat from their house. So it's not giving farm to table. But Cape Town, the food was very, clean and it was very whatever. If you're not familiar with Cape Town to me was very funny because I'm like, oh my God, so many white people. And they looking at us like we crazy.
Which is wild.
We not supposed to be there. And I'm like, what is going on? Because
they being rude?
They weren't being rude, but we were doing a lot of things that were pretty upper echelon. We went to 3 wineries. Mm-hmm. And of course, since Cape Town is, I mean, like seriously, to me, it was all white. It was like being in California.
Yeah.
First of all,
Sound about right.
it looked like California. Cape Town looks exactly like Malibu. Like it was insane. So we trying to figure out who came first, Malibu or Cape Town, because somebody copied
Cape
somebody.
Town was the last to get gentrified, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I don't know. Okay, let me not speak on things I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty certain the what happened in South Africa was the latest.
Oh, okay.
Too.
So yeah, they definitely copied off of Malibu. So at the wineries, the white people will just look at us because
Did they talk like this? Remember Miss Van Rensburg
yeah,
from middle school? She was from South Africa.
yeah, they saw it's almost like a UK kind of British accent, but not. And yeah, they just kind of looking at us funny. They just, I mean, like walking through the winery, I felt like I was on like an assimilation. It felt like we were living in the 1700s, but we had on 2020
like our
outfits.
time travel.
Yeah, it was like a simulation for real. Like it felt crazy because we look and we're dressed like 2022, but it felt like we were in the 1970s or 60s.
That's
the way
hilarious.
we were being looked at, it was just like, wow, this is
I
crazy.
like that. And it's like, first of all, we're in the motherland. But anyway,
yeah, you would think that.
A lot of
oh, you in Africa, so it's But when we went to Johannesburg is definitely 100% opposite. It was nothing but black people.
Period.
Barely saw white people. It was literally what I thought Africa was gonna feel like. Like I felt like I was in Africa. When we got to Cape Town, I was like, it's beautiful here. I love it. I love the feeling of it. I love like the weather. I didn't really enjoy the activities, but I'm like, this don't feel like Africa to me. Like I'm not getting the Africa vibe. And then
I know exactly what you mean. It's like it's just what you expect, especially.
Like, I'm like, I could have went to Hawaii for this. That's what it felt like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like if you go to like, I don't know, if you go to, I know what you mean. If you go to India and it's a bunch of black folks or a bunch of, it's like, this is not what I expect.
Yeah, no. It was like, I came here to be amongst my
dance for y'all. That's it.
And this ain't giving it. But Johannesburg, I mean, stepping off the plane, baby, it was giving. Now, another thing I didn't like was that since Johannesburg is very big on crime. And so we had to fly into Johannesburg to go to Cape Town, then we went back. Each time somebody got something stolen from their suitcase. And I'm just realizing as I'm packing my bag that I was actually one of the people.
What they take?
They took some shorts.
Dang.
So initially I thought I left the shorts on my bed because I'm like, I left them on my bed. They went on my bed. So they definitely, when they went in my bag, because they did go through my bag. When they went through there, they took the shorts. But one of my
what kind of shorts was they?
They just was like, so I bought some. I shouted my friend out Marlo before for the Black Business of the Week, but I had some shorts from his brand.
Oh, okay.
And I probably wore them one time because they were like a silk, like silk satin material, and they were like not army green. It was like more so like a light forest green. So they were really different. Like they weren't. It's not something you could just throw on all the time. But I guess they liked it. The pockets were longer than the shorts. Like they were so cute. So I'll buy another pair from him. I mean,
Hazel's having a case of the zoomies right now. So if y'all hear a lot of dog nails scratching the floor, it's because she literally is running 1,000 miles per hour around the house. But
oh my God.
I don't know what I would want to do if I ever went to South Africa. I thought about it, but I just legit don't know what I would want to. It does seem like y'all did like a lot of like tour friendly stuff, which is not like a bad thing. But I'm just like, even with that, I'm like, I've been to one winery and now I'm like, I don't need to never go to another one.
Yeah, I'm good. And you don't drink like that anyway.
At all. But it's a nice little vibe. Like Chateau Elan, I know that don't really compare, but that was nice and I'm good now.
No, I definitely want to try that. But I actually it really opened my eyes up to to that lifestyle because I wasn't aware of any wines. Like I drink wine, but I drink what tastes good. So the wines I drink be cheap.
And at the wineries, you really learn the differences, like like how to shake it. Like it's like little things like the type of glass you drink. Yeah. I'm like, oh, hold on, this taste like Coca-Cola.
Oh, see now you tripping. But Johannesburg was way more black. With that being said, when we got there, the first day we got there, we went to a barbecue. This was like what they would consider like a barbecue restaurant, I guess. But it was like a bar and lounge too, but it was in the hood. So it was very like, like authentic. Everybody was there. It was
That's
very
problematic, by the way, that you just said.
Well, no, it was very authentic. It was like, okay, I always say if you don't go to the hood when you visit different places, like you ain't really get the experience. I feel like
now look, I don't go to all of them.
Yeah, no. Because I wouldn't even go to the hood in LA.
In America, okay.
No, not LA. I don't know what to do. So
I'm just
playing. We ended up eating like fox sausage. So
how was that?
Didn't even know it was fox after I ate it. I thought it was a light skinned sausage.
Yeah, and I wouldn't eat it at all. I'm like, oh, y'all got the fish sausage.
we had we had ostrich. We had ostrich, which was crazy as well. It actually didn't taste bad though. Neither one of them was nasty. They didn't taste bad. They also specialize in chicken liver pate. I don't play around with them games, so I didn't have it. But everybody else did. Then we had just like chicken. The way they do their chicken wings, it's like on a stick and spread out. I don't know, but the chicken out there was really
fresh.
Yeah.
That's good. That's how it should taste.
It should taste like that, but that ain't what I'm used to.
Ain't that crazy?
So I ain't really like it. Like we all kept saying we was like, dang, they need some steroids.
You got okay. All right.
That's
a lemon pepper.
Yeah, because it was nasty, but I was like, you can definitely taste the
ain't that wild? I remember when I was in Kenya and I seen milk in bags on the shelf, room temperature.
That trips me out too when people have eggs that's not in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
we
do that in
other countries.
Yeah,
like they don't refrigerate their eggs. I think that's so crazy.
It's not crazy. We the crazy ones.
We are crazy.
You buy dairy in America, you got 24 hours.
Yeah, or it's gone. But yeah, like we all got sick from that, and the food was so good. We had everything. We had because the way they had the barbecue, they brought it all out on platters. And then we just ate off of that. But yeah, we had to narrow it down because we had like somebody that was pescatarian. We had some person that didn't eat certain parts of the meal. So everybody got sick still, except the one who was pescatarian. So it wasn't the shrimp. It wasn't the shrimp. The shrimp, first of all, the shrimp was, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, the shrimp were the best shrimp I ever had in my life.
I believe it. It was probably prawns.
Prawns, definitely.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like anywho, it wasn't a shrimp because he wasn't sick, but everybody else who was sick, they was like, oh, so we narrowed it down to the chicken and the fox. It was either one.
You could have did some fire TikToks while you was at some day in the life. But
I actually
period.
So I can do it. Yeah. You know what's so crazy though? Ever since you told me to do that, I do that every day. I just don't make the TikTok. So I got
oh my God. You need to, but people be eating them day in the life stuff up. And I even think about doing it, but I don't do nothing.
I have so much content in my phone. I'm gonna do it on set this week.
Yeah, just take it. And the thing is, you can clip it together and do the voiceover later. You can do that anytime.
Yeah. I actually watched a video while I was in Africa from a guy who does reels and TikToks. And he was saying how you can do it and make it easier.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah,
get you a nice little instrumental in the background, find a popular tune. But yeah, you got it. Let's move on. We've been on this thing for 17 minutes. All right.
But yeah, maybe I should just do South Africa TikTok, and then y'all can just get the full.
Yes, you absolutely should do that. Absolutely. And shoot, my two ones didn't even have no voiceover. It was just some clips, and it still, did decent. But
Yeah.
all right, so let's get into Black Business of the Week. So this week, y'all, I want to shout out not as famous cookie company. So I live in Cobb County, and they're basically, okay, long story short, there's this Mexican restaurant that I like, right? And one time I went to the Mexican restaurant and I seen a cookie place. Now y'all know I love sweets, okay? So I went inside and I tried these cookies, and I was like, these cookies so like chunky, like they was shaped different. And I looked at them, and they was shaped like a scoop of ice cream. Now y'all know I love ice cream. Okay. On
So
top of having these cookies,
that's intentional.
you get what I'm saying?
No, I'm asking.
Oh no, that's a good question. I don't know, but I'm glad they do it because all of them are not like that. They do have gluten free. And I think vegan. I could be wrong. I think it's possible to have a vegan cookie, so I might be wrong. But anyhow, y'all, these cookies are so good. And like I mentioned, they are shaped like an ice cream scoop. So basically, they have like so just think of somebody scooping ice cream, and it's like that dome shape in the middle, and then it's like a little bit around the edge. It's kind of like a sunflower. The sunflower part is like crunchy, but the middle is kind of thick. It's not even kind of thick. It is thick, and it's so good. And it's like well done. It's not like doughy. It's fully cooked. It's so good, y'all. And they also have, so they have several options. They have cookie shakes, not milkshakes. So it's actual milkshake with the cookies. They have like deep dish cookies with ice cream on top. They have cookie sandwiches, but this place is Black owned. So I asked the guy who was operating there. He was telling me that it used to be a food truck. For about 6 years. And then a couple of years ago is when they opened their location in Smyrna. If you guys are familiar with Belmont and Smyrna or downtown Smyrna, it's over there. But I'm putting the information in the episode notes. And their Instagram is Not As Famous. And you can also go to notasfamous.com if you want to check out the menu. But my favorite cookies were the cookies and cream, of course, because that's my favorite ice cream flavor. They also had Fruity Pebbles. And they had, right now for Mardi Gras, they have the king cake. But basically my favorite.
Cute.
Yes, and
I've never had king cake before, and I always say
me either. And you know what's so funny? So when I was just telling a friend this, and she was telling me how there's a lady in New Orleans who will ship you a king cake. But several years ago, somebody else told me the same thing, and I'm like, is this the same lady who just hustling king cakes across the country? I need to know. And I used to always say, even when I was in middle school, that I was gonna go to Mardi Gras for my birthday because it's always around my birthday. But I just never. This gonna sound so corny. I just never want to be around all them drunk folks. So it's like it would be a vibe kill for me. I'm like, all right, let's go. So the parade maybe, but anyhow, I'm gonna put the information in the episode notes, y'all. Just check them out. Check out the cookies. It is, like I said, it's Black owned, and it's good. See, I'm more of an ice cream person and a cake person. Cookies is number 3, maybe 4 on my list. After a really good brownie. But these cookies A1, and to the point where I went back a couple days in a row. Don't ask how many days in a row, just know I went back. Okay, hello.
Man, Alicia, you was tripping this whole month going for the birthday free stuff because
you got to. And I didn't even post nearly.
I'm like, she did not get all this stuff in one day because one of them you had got like ice cream like 3 times or something. I'm like, something melted.
No, every year on my birthday, every day I have a calendar of the places I'm gonna hit to get.
So this is like something that you just been doing throughout the month.
Yeah, every single day. Okay. In reality, I could have made 3 or 4 videos because I got a lot of free stuff. I signed up for everything. So let me tell y'all something. So first of all, I suggest everybody make a marketing email address, like an email address that you do not use for personal use, only to sign up for stuff. Like if you go to Bath and Body Works, whoever, they ask for your email address, give them this email address. So that way, because what's going to happen if you give me a personal email address, you're going to end up unsubscribing. Then when they have a 99% off sale, you ain't going to never know because you don't got there and get the email because you unsubscribe. What I do is I sign up for rewards programs every time I go somewhere. I don't care if I only go one time every 5 years. Eventually, them points going to add up and I'm going to earn something for free. And I want my free stuff. So that's what I do. I made a marketing email address. I signed up for everything on that. And right at the end of January, I started filtering my inbox by the word birthday. And that's when I check off all the stuff to go to. Yes. And I eat free the whole month of February every single year. I promise y'all every single year. I ain't paid for nothing.
Oh my God. Who would think of something like that?
Me, because I like free stuff.
I'm saying like wow. Okay. I might have to do that because you know what's so crazy? I hate having all that in my email. My
email is business only. I don't get none of that spam stuff. Now, there's a couple of exceptions. Target, I put to my personal account because I have a Target card. And it's a few brands that I actually admire that I have come into my stuff, but I don't care nothing about no Chipotle. Okay, send that to my marketing email address. Stuff like that, or like I mentioned before, Bath and Body Works, or if you still, if it just depends, just stuff, just prioritize. But yeah, I send it all to that marketing email address. I mean, I always get a bunch of stuff, but sometimes when I'm shopping, I'm like, let me see if they sent me a coupon. 9 times out of 10 they did, and then I'll just add it to my cart. So that's life hack. So that's the black business, and that's the life hack. Okay, cool. Let's move on to shop talk. So it's a whole lot going on, y'all. There's been a whole lot going on since Draco was in South Africa. First of all, you see him at the change on the curve. We at war. There's a war going on. There's always a war, right? But Russia has invaded Ukraine, y'all. Now I am not y'all know I love history, but this situation is a little complex. And from my understanding, so I'm not, for everybody that took history, I hope y'all remember learning about World War I and II, right? So after the last World War, there was an agreement where countries, the Northern Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, made an alliance, right? NATO. It's called the Northern Atlantic Treaty. I don't know. Okay. Don't hold me to it. I'm a business major. But long story short, Ukraine is an independent country, independent nation. They are not a part of NATO. Okay. And geographically speaking, Ukraine sits in the middle of Russia and the rest of Europe. So that means that if Ukraine joins this NATO alliance organization, which basically means if you hurt my brother, we all fight, then that will leave Russia to fend for themselves. There's nobody to hold that gap. So from my understanding, Ukraine expressed interest in wanting to join NATO. Putin, who is the dictator of Russia, was not going for it. And so back in the day, Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union. He wanted back. Now, that's a high level, dumbed down explanation. That's just what I gather from it. All I want to make sure is don't nobody hit no nuclear buttons, and don't nobody go to war involving America. I don't want nobody to be at war, but listen, y'all, I'm just not getting my life together.
Yeah. I don't know what the
I'm just not having my way. Come on now, because if I would have known all this, I wouldn't have went to college. Anyhow, all jokes aside, it's really weird being on social media where you see posts about decor, plants, biking, war, like actual videos of bombs being dropped, and you seeing bodies and graphic images of people being harmed. It's actually really scary, and I hope that they come to a resolution soon so that there is no more further bloodshed, y'all. But just be better than me and brush up and get your verbiage better as it pertains to this situation, because it can definitely get worse. Because like I said, America is a part of NATO, and if Putin decides to bring any harm to anyone that's in the alliance of NATO, we are officially in a world war. So, and it don't take much.
No.
All he got to do was spit over there. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, moving on in shop talk. You got anything you want to add, Draco, before I keep going?
No, not to that one.
Okay, Kanye West.
Oh God.
What
this week? I'm kind of over it. Like I'm very tired of this whole situation, because I honestly feel like he's doing all this to promote his album.
I said this, and the documentary.
Because it seems like, I'm all for supporting mental health and, supporting people getting their lives together and things like that. But it seems like he always has outbursts or one of these like rants or whatever when
the album about to drop. Just like the Donda one, just like that last time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like, it's too much. It's just like, for one, you just harassing this lady just because she done moved on, but you don't have 6 girlfriends since then. It's like, what are you getting at? And it's I'm not a support of bullying, but I feel like people are only okay with him bullying because
they don't like him because they love him. Yeah.
And then so it's like I don't know.
I agree. I'm not here for antics. I'm not even here for putting personal business on the internet. Now, obviously, that's a little hard for a celebrity, but I do agree with you. I feel like Kanye is doing it, especially watching his documentary, seeing that he will do what he got to do by any means necessary to get himself out there. It's very on brand. I will say though, it's interesting in the documentary seeing how many people did not believe in him, and I can get it. Let me not say that, but the way he carries on. Sometimes people like, man, you playing, man, why you
Yeah.
doing all this? But he obviously is talented and he knows that. And his mother really believed in him. I almost feel like she might have a little bit inflated in his confidence a little bit.
So, because
But
he doesn't have any siblings, do he?
no, he's the only child, so he grew up with his mother. Now, don't get me wrong. I hope that didn't come out wrong, but I do feel like you're supposed
No.
to. This is how I try to think about stuff sometimes. You're supposed to believe in your child. You're supposed to support them. But I feel I don't know how they were as far as discipline and stuff like that. But I can imagine her really literally letting him do what he needs to do or wants to do. So he can't do wrong in his eyes, and he's found ways to like, there's like a little confidence there, like my mama got my back, or my mama gonna do this, so it don't matter. I can do this, whatever. Cause my mama said it's good. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do admire how much she believed in him. But sometimes people believe in their kids, and their kids be dead wrong.
Yeah.
And that's
Now, I
all.
feel you. Yeah, I definitely said that too. I was like, you know what, his mom definitely had a good impact on, just his confidence in himself, his creativity, all that stuff. And I feel like I think that part just really resonated with me because even though I wasn't the only child, I grew up in my mom's house by myself because my sister was much older than I was,
Mhm.
But now I don't think that my mama went that far with it, like how his mom was. But
Mhm.
not saying that it was a bad thing, but I definitely relate. I mean, 100%. And it was just like, dang.
Yeah, even the way she would always say his name, she always kind of like, "That's good, Kanye." Kanye
Yeah.
this, and that is great for building up a child. But it's like it's almost, and the thing is, it's no right or wrong way to raise a child because you don't know how they're gonna turn out. But
Yeah.
she was very supportive. She knew the lyrics to his song. I thought that was amazing. But I also, and she even said in the documentary, like he's always been self-centered and things like that. But it didn't seem like it was a problem. But she even said it. Matter of fact, she said it wasn't a problem. So she was just kind of like, because you the greatest. You look down and you don't see nothing but yourself, something like that. I don't know, y'all. It just to me though, I can see how it created what we have today, and it could be a good and a bad thing.
For sure. And now that he doesn't have that anymore, I feel like that's what he was looking for in a lover, and that's probably what Kim gave him because she's a airhead in a sense. So it's like she probably just told him everything that he wanted to hear at times, because she knew for one. You gotta look at it from business standpoint. She know that he has power. She know that he has money, and that she knows that he is obsessed with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was obsessed with her before they even started dating. So she used that to her advantage, and she probably just told him everything that he wanted to hear. Like, yeah, you're the greatest. Nobody is above you. This and that stuff that his mom told him, and now that he doesn't have that anymore, this is why he going nuts.
Yeah, also because Kim is a sex symbol, because something that they kind of showed in the documentary, which he shared before, is he has a porn addiction.
Yeah,
And so when
exactly.
he looks at Kim as his sexual being, and obviously I'm sure he is very freaky. I mean, even Amber shared some stuff. So I think that all that just plays a part. It's just I could not imagine even giving somebody like Kanye my number. Obviously, I ain't his type, so it don't even matter. I don't even have a dog in this fight. I don't even have a skim in this fight. But it's just like I can't. When I wonder what Kim's type really is, because it's been very inconsistent.
Yeah, nah.
I guess it's green. That's a type.
I feel that. I feel like after dealing with people like that, that's probably why she with this dude, Pete Davidson, because she see like her older sister. Unfortunately, she kind of went through the same thing with Scott because he is Kanye's counterpart. To me, they act alike. They act
I don't know nothing about Scott. I just know he date young girls.
Yeah. Sophia Richie, yeah, that was crazy as hell.
Not just her, shoot, even his current girlfriend is not even 21. I stopped
keeping up with it. I don't know. Scott outside of mine. I feel like now she's trying to like go the route of her sister because her sister wasn't happy for a long time, especially when she was with him, she wasn't happy with Scott. And so now that she's with Travis Barker, she noticed that she went a route that nobody would think that she would take. She went to a more alternative dude who seems to be very affectionate towards her and soft, because I think that's probably what she needs as I guess she's getting older, because she had to deal with somebody so aggressive for so long. So now Kim
with an addiction.
I
said with an addiction.
With an addiction. And now Kim is seemingly going the same route very fast.
Yeah,
She like,
I need people to be okay with taking breaks in their love life.
yeah, that'd be the thing with me too. But you know what? Celebrities are different
No,
from
they not. They ain't that different.
I mean, they just do things different because they move
Yeah.
fast. Like celebrities be moving fast. It's
You know,
almost
I
like
think it's because of public info. And I'm sorry, I hate because sometimes I be listening back and be sound like I'm cutting you off. So let me know if I'm when I'm if I'm being rude to you because I don't have no problem being checked. I'm gonna edit the
no.
check out, but you can.
Oh my god.
But I feel like yes, I agree. Celebrities do move fast, but I feel like a lot of that has to do with public opinion and influence because they get so excited and they get hyped up, and just like how celebrities fall out and have beefs and stuff is because of like public influence, but. I don't think that they are that far removed from reality that they realize that they are doing a whole lot too much. Like you already a busy person. Like why do you have to attach yourself to so many? Like you can't really, you don't like to me after a relationship, I spend a lot of time reflecting on things, whether I played a part in us breaking up or not, like reflecting on things I've experienced, what I could have done differently, how it has impacted me, and what I know I won't go for the next time. And I just feel like all these people are using Kim specifically that she's dated. Not that she has to date the same kind of guy, but it's hard to tell what she really wants. And it's like, I just would think that somebody, especially the version of her that we're being presented with, I feel like the type of guy she should be with is probably somebody low key. It just seemed like really about their business. And I don't know, who knows, who cares?
Well,
But
your
it
mama
just,
Kris Jenner, she ain't allowing that. Because I mean, she look at
well,
everything.
that's the problem too, because your mama should. I mean, I get, it's all for business strategic, but you want to be happy as well, and you want to feel
Yeah.
fulfilled. But don't hopping around because I look good old TikTok. I came across this TikTok. This girl literally broke down every relationship that she was in publicly, or that she was allegedly with, and even her marriages. It's like, girl, like since you were not even 21, you was 19, even younger. Just
Trying to get her a piece.
yes, and you can get a piece without doing some of this stuff though.
No, seriously.
So
I
it's
get
just a
it.
lot. It's just hard to, and then now you got several kids. It's like there's no way you've actually had time to reflect on yourself. It's not likely.
Yeah. I don't know. It just be weird to me all
Whatever.
around.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't want to be famous. I need time. I need to be able to go to bed at night and look at the ceiling and think about why I ain't say what I said in that argument.
I'm gonna tell you something. I really enjoy working for people who are famous, but I don't think that I could deal with that.
Yeah, it's a
Like, I
lot.
deal
It's
with
just a
deal
lot. You
with
can't, and that's why I don't be unhappy. They don't even have time to. They really can't even think. They can't even do tasks for themselves. So it's hard to even know what kind of person you are and what you like. And sometimes when I'll use Mary J. Blige for example. I watched a lot of her interviews lately, and she's really just now finding confidence in herself. Obviously, she's been through very different, unique situations. But even for somebody in their 50s, it's like, wow, I'm that girl. She didn't even realize who she was. And it's like, girl, you Mary J. Blige.
see, that's what we looking at, and we know her impact, but that's really her life. Like even the stuff she sing about, that's really her life.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
it's it's because I think that the thing that I love is people don't really have to have like strong voices or be super duper talented, but when you put your life in your music, people feel you a little harder. Because that's how I feel about Keisha Cole. Because I'm like, Keisha Cole, she doesn't have the best voice, but I think that because she was so passionate in her music and like her situations was something that I think we all could relate. Well, not for real, because I mean, child, when she came out, I didn't even think I was dating.
Honey,
But
I ain't think I was wild enough.
yeah, okay. But it's just something that you knew that real adults went through. I'm like, dang.
I guess that's why I just, and that to each their own. People who go for that life have to understand what they sign up for. So however they deal with it is between them and their assistant. All right. So speaking of music and singing through stuff, let's talk about Summer Walker.
So if y'all don't know, Summer Walker got on stage and she explained that she was not singing a few songs from her new album because she said that she still felt emotional about it and she didn't want to, I guess express those emotions in front of her crowd, which is so lame. Now, this is coming from somebody who is a huge fan of Summer Walker's music. And I personally don't even think her live shows are that bad, like what people are saying, because I actually go to hear her sing and I hear her songs. But baby, the thing about it is, I hate to always bring up Beyonce because Beyonce is in her own. It's nobody can give that for real because nobody is trying to give that. But Beyonce clearly went through things too with Jay-Z, and she sing about it in her songs. I mean, this lady be boo crying on stage, but she know that her fans enjoy that. They know that. I mean, that's what we listen to your music for, to tap in like that. I don't know. I feel like she's robbing people of an experience, and I feel like she is
Not robbing them. Okay, I feel you though.
she is. She's robbing people of an experience. Her whole career is wrapped around heartbreak music. You know, it's some sort of heartbreak, or it's some sort of. I mean, people go to her music because of the emotion behind it, and for you not to give that at your shows on it, I don't like that. I feel like you robbing people of experience.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I just had to book my hairstylist. She opened up her books one day each month, and
I
I'm
like
out.
Superstar.
Huh?
I said I know her hairstyles like that Superstar. She's, oh my god.
Yeah, and she only works specific days. And this is no issue. I respect it. But I'm already an hour behind.
Oh, so the
So when I realize the
appointments is
time,
real
I'm like,
scarce. So the appointments is real scarce.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, but I did book, and now I'm trying to think, should I make a separate appointment? Okay, so never mind. I already talked to you about my hair earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how I feel about the Summer Walker thing. I really tried to look at it from her side, okay? Because I already feel like the girl throw it off, but for good reason, I suppose. Now, I think that people that are Summer Walker fans know what it is when it comes to her, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Remember when we first really got seriously introduced to her, she didn't want to take pictures, she didn't want to speak, she didn't want to touch, she didn't want to do a lot of things. And we had to respect it because these were the boundaries she set. And this was a period where people were really starting to become open with mental health and things like that. And the girl makes great music. So it's like, y'all not finna stop listening to her. So you're gonna have to respect her demands, right?
Yeah.
She obviously has a team that supports that. Okay, cool. It made me think about artists who write about things that happen in their lives that cause them a lot of pain, and then happen to essentially relive it for the rest of their career because they have to perform it. And so, in one hand, I do understand what Summer Walker is saying, but on another hand, the song just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of need to prepare for that if you're gonna put it on your album.
Yeah, I agree.
I won't go as far as necessarily saying rob her fans of the expense. Yes, she is in a way, because people go in there expecting it because it's associated with this album. But I think she was better off just not even saying nothing.
Yeah, same.
I think it's the delivery that made it just like, girl, you got nerve. Like, I do have respect for people's feelings. As somebody that has proudly overcome PTSD, wouldn't never want to. I don't like reliving the situation that made me get to that point. But I do think that, you know, as much as you want to put your heart into these songs, don't make it a hit if you don't want to perform it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I could be a little bit more understanding if this was like years down the line and she just feels like that's one of them songs, you know, I've overcome it. But girl, I don't know. But like people, when you a Summer Walker fan, you know what come with it now. The girl could sing.
I'll take her for what I'm taking her for what she is. Just, you know, I think that's just the new wave of celebrity or artistry, that you have to just kind of accept people for who they are. Because everybody who's making it in a career, they have their life a little bit more open, like Lizzo, Lil Nas, SZA.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more open with their life, and it's like, okay, well, this is insane to me, but
if that's what you want, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it's giving. I'll take it. Whatever.
Yeah. It's interesting, but I was like, all right, then. Then she mentioned her daughter. Like, girl, the song is what you worried about. All right.
I don't know. I've pointed out a few things recently because her I follow her artist page and her, I guess, Finsta. Because Finsta is supposed to be something that not everybody has access to, and you can post whatever you want. But I think that is weird that you have a Finsta that is open, and thousands and thousands, I mean like hundreds of thousands of people follow this page, and then you get mad when people comment on something that you want to express. And it's like, I understand this is your other page, but baby, why you allow so many people to follow it? And then she apparently, so she cut her hair like that recently because of her religion, you know, whatever, respect that.
What's her religion?
She didn't say.
Ex-
I
okay,
personally, I
I'm gonna zip my
personally think
lips.
that I personally think that she is doing the E5
I knew
thing.
you was gonna say it.
Because of the outfit I sent you yesterday, but that also could be other religions, but that is definitely the outfit that they be wearing to like they little inductions and things like
All
that.
right, keep going.
So I was looking at that, and then she also claims to be like a super alkaline vegan. She has like many vegan experts come over to her home and show her how to do these things, and she does these really, really deep cleanses of her body and all this other stuff. And then I sent a picture of Alicia yesterday. I'm like, she keeps saying shit alkaline vegan and some Kraft cheese slices.
It was some crafty.
Kraft cheese slices and Fruit Loops.
That's what she feeding the baby.
Which is even worse. Because why like now she do live with her man, so it could be his.
Okay, but for somebody somebody don't even want to be around folks who had the vaccine, you're gonna be around a man and consuming a man that's eating this kind of stuff.
He ain't gonna say, and now y'all immune system fucked up. I guess she was referring to people who got vaccinated because she don't ever say it no more. I guess her label told her like you need to stop talking about that. But
that girl said, if you got the vaccine, please seriously do not come around me.
insane. Like I don't know. I feel like nutcases make the best music, so I just let them nut up. I ain't gonna lie.
She is such an interesting person. When you think about the fact that she was a stripper and she also was like
clean houses. She
you
clean
get what I'm
houses.
saying? It's like another person that needs to spend some time before bed looking at the ceiling, thinking of replaying situations that happened in her life. She need to go to bed and look
now
at the
she
ceiling.
is a super vegan, non-vegan, super religious, non-religious person. Then when I seen that little, I don't know what the religion give because I haven't looked too far into it.
Okay.
But after she posted that yesterday, today she posted a picture of a really short mini skirt with her ass cheeks hanging out with titties all hang. I was like,
all right, let's move on. Her goats is not pleased.
I don't know. I'd be trying to understand. Okay. I got one more shop talk, but we
go
can
ahead. Oh, go ahead.
So Doja Cat, my girl, she had got online the other day. I kind of want to get your opinion on something like this. So Doja Cat got online and she expressed that she was really frustrated with people because they were bringing up alleged drug problems that she's had, or
No Jumper podcast with Adam 22, but it was his homeboy that said they had to talk about his experience, I think.
Yeah. And basically was saying that she used to be a meth head and that it rubbed off on her ex, and that he was doing drugs, and she basically manipulated him into thinking that he wasn't good enough, and she would do certain things to like tear down his career, and then eventually they broke up and he ended up passing away from drug usage. Now a few days ago before that, she ended up well, I just saw it today, so I don't know when the interview came out, so let me not put a date on it. But I did see her live when she was talking about it, saying how like she hasn't done drugs in a long time, and she's been very open about her drug usage and just the things that she's done. But I think that a lot of celebrities get accused of being high, like when they be doing certain things or look certain ways or do, whatever. And
just
I
saying
wanted
stuff to be saying stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, but I wanted to get your opinion on that because I feel like drug usage is very, 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 very known and popular, especially in the entertainment industry and amongst creatives. But do you think that all artists like that has like certain weirdness about them, so like her, like quirkiness and just dorky? I just think she's a dork. Like I think this is what it is.
Yeah, she is a little dark, little geeky. She was showing feet in racial chat rooms. I can't even say that with a straight face.
She's very dorky. So do you think that people like that's in the limelight, do you think that they're like all on drugs, or do you think that
I
they have
don't.
something to do with it?
You know what's so funny? I don't think they're all on drugs, but whenever I find out, I don't be surprised, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because after realizing so many people do drugs, I'm just like,
Yeah. And
and
you know
I
what's so
also
crazy?
people that I know that tend to have a personality like hers, they tend to be like a against the grain, against the standard type of people. So they do
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. They try all kinds of stuff. They just are like one with the earth. They down for whatever. So I don't think it's fair to assume that they all do, but it's kind of fair to assume a lot of them do. And
Yeah.
even in her case, she did it and now she doesn't. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she was just saying how like even she used to smoke cigarettes.
oh my God. Now, one thing about it, I'm
she's
gonna judge people that smoke cigarettes. That's why I draw the line. I actually
yeah.
judge cigarettes over cocaine. I don't care. I don't
You
care.
know what? You got a good point.
Because
I
cigarettes
think it's
stink
because
so
I was about to
bad.
say that. I think like with cocaine, you can't really smell it. It's the
Bruh,
cigarettes. I mean, they
you
get in
could
your
be in a
clothes.
Georgia Dome with everybody, with all the seats occupied. Everybody in the Georgia Dome except you could be smoking some powder and you won't get no secondhand smoke. But with that cigarette, you just might give me asthma. That cigarette junk so dirty and nasty and disgusting and stinking. And you got to change your whole outfit coming from somebody that smokes cigarettes.
No, seriously.
Oh,
Seriously.
anyway,
Like,
my bad.
I hate cigarettes. I actually have PTSD from cigarettes. I used to have asthma because
Oh,
of
God.
cigarettes growing up.
Yeah.
Like, that is so lame. But yeah, I don't know. I think that especially because I'm an artist myself, so I actually know that a lot of people do drugs, and I know that that's very popular. But I think that people just be like naturally just dorky or just weird, and that's fine. I mean, you just don't know how people was raised. Like even with the racial chat room thing, I honestly, even though this, I ain't trying to make no excuses or nothing like that, but I honestly think that she was in there getting paid.
Really? Why was she saying the N word like that? They were paying her.
Yeah, she
Okay.
probably. People
I
living
believe
in
it. Let me tell
and
you
just
something. One of our
just
mutual friends, I recently found out she used to eat on camera for white men.
listen. I worked in a strip club, right? The strippers used to be in a makeup chair getting their makeup done on the phone, on FaceTime with men that they met on fetish sites that were doing things like wearing diapers in baby cribs and
Oh, I
wanting
heard
to be
about that.
called out their names and stuff like that. Like they would do so much shit and they would get paid so much. I literally watched this girl uh like degrade this man on camera, and everybody around her thought it was funny, so they started chiming in. That man sent her $25,000.
Dang.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
I've
So in
heard of
my
it.
head, I'm like, she probably was in there doing all that stuff, but I'm sure she was probably getting some money
And
from it
that's
because
another thing too. I feel like with her person, and I hate to even be like so like closed-minded like this, but I feel like with her, like her style, her way, she just has probably done a lot of weird stuff.
oh,
Like,
for sure. No, that ain't. I mean, that's not closed-minded. That's the
it
truth.
is
Like,
because there are
look
some
at her
people
and
that don't
tell.
fit that description and have done weird stuff, but I just feel like it's very. I've seen enough. I feel like I've been exposed to enough to be like she be showing feet in racial chat rooms.
That wears me out every time I hear it. Like that, it just wears me out all the time. But yeah, that's just so weird. But I get kind of frustrated with that because and that's why I brought it up. I get frustrated with that because to me, I feel like people who are, especially like white people that's in corporate America, they do more drugs than anybody.
Yeah, especially in tech because they don't be drug testing.
Yeah, and exactly. But you know what's so crazy in stuff like science and tech? I feel like because when it comes to art, I feel like people when they make music and make whatever you do in art, people that do drugs or even smoke weed, like something like that just kind of relaxes you or take you away from your everyday thing, you kind of get creative in that.
I'm about to say
And I
a lot of
think
people say they were the most creative when they were under the influence, which I believe your mind is competing for the first thought. It's like,
and that's how I feel about scientists. Like you
how
ain't
you
gonna
think
just
Future wrote March Madness? Was that even about sports?
Listen, Future is one of the people that when you hear the song, you don't know if he directly talking about the subject or he done made some shit up in his head. And
Oh, Worst Days was very specific. I was like, if I was one of his girls, I would be very.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Young Thug do the same thing too.
What an interesting fella. Okay, so I got one more shop talk, and I think this is gonna be like our main topic of discussion and back and forth. But we have to address the Omeretta in the room. I know we're about a week late, but Draco was in South Africa, and we gotta discuss it because this is something I take a lot of pride in, y'all. Long story short, y'all already know Omeretta dropped this song called "I Said What I Said," and is that what it's called? I said what I said.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Basically, she going on a list of all the parts of Atlanta that's not all the parts that people are from. Okay, this is what happened. In Atlanta, there is a city of Atlanta. Okay. And then in Metro Atlanta, you have other cities that make up the border of it. So you have like College Park, you got East Point, you got Hateville, you got, Forest Park, all these different cities that are considered Metro Atlanta. They basically are those sides of town that are maybe a mile or an exit away from the actual Atlanta city limits. So people that live in these areas, they claim Atlanta. They say, "Oh, I'm from Atlanta," and then you find out, no, you from Forest Park. And basically people got mad. All the people that's not from Atlanta got mad, basically.
Yeah,
and so on top of this young lady made the video at Truist Park, which is our baseball stadium, which is in Atlanta. I know people don't want to accept that because it's in Cobb County, but the actual city of Atlanta does fall through Cobb County. And I would know because I live here.
Oh, I mean,
and that's just like the city of Atlanta falls through DeKalb, but there are parts of DeKalb that are not Atlanta, like Tucker, and I would know because I've also lived there. So it's like the bottom line is, if your city is not Atlanta, then it's not Atlanta. Okay. I don't know how many times I got to say this because I seen a lot of people upset on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat, because they were like, well, basically she's saying Atlanta ain't even Atlanta. No, actually she's saying Atlanta is Atlanta.
That's exactly what she's saying.
That's exactly what she said. And so, anyway, I just wanted to explain to people that listen to the show that are not from Atlanta. And I know a lot of other major cities have this problem. I've seen a lot of people from Detroit going in. I've seen people from DC or what. I just seen a lot of people in different areas.
Yeah, this is something that happens in every city. I think that ours is more dramatic because our city is small. So everything is close.
It is. Atlanta is small, yeah.
Our outskirts aren't really far away.
At all. Like in reality, like I lived in Sandy Springs and Dunwoody at the same time. Now I know that's not Atlanta, clearly.
Yeah.
But that's the point. But yeah, so to me, I take a lot of pride in being from Atlanta. And so when I meet people, when I have gone on into my life, gone to college, working different jobs, and people tell me they from Atlanta and they actually from Alpharetta, I really be confused. Like, why are you lying? And you can always tell, because I'm like, we don't have nothing in common. And not that I got to know everybody from Atlanta, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what's up.
So I'm like, why don't you just say Alpharetta? Now it's different if you're traveling or you talk to somebody who's not familiar with the city of Atlanta, because it's easier to just be like, I'm from Atlanta, because you are near Atlanta. But you listen, I'm sorry. East Point is not Atlanta. College Park. And then another thing, I need people to understand what counties are, because people keep saying, oh, she recorded a video at Truist Park, but she in Cobb. Cobb is a county. And just because you went to a Fulton County school does not mean, because there's an Atlanta public school system, there's a Fulton County school system. Both of them have schools that are in the city of Atlanta. Just because you went to a school, Roswell, Georgia, that don't mean you from Atlanta. You from Roswell.
Yeah.
I just want to ask your opinion on folks who be claiming they from Atlanta and they not. They're just like, all right, go ahead.
I actually have this argument very often, even before Omeretta, because one of my friends loves to say that, oh, I'm the queen of Atlanta. And I'm like, technically, you're from Miami, Zay. I was like, technically, you're from Miami.
Ain't no technically, he actually is from Miami.
I'm just saying, you're from Miami, and then when you moved from Miami, you moved to Gwinnett and never left.
Ain't none of Gwinnett,
And this is
Atlanta.
like Team Gwinnett and no part of Gwinnett.
No part.
Atlanta.
Migos.
So my thing is, and I always ask them to explain how you are the queen of Atlanta and why. Like, why do you think that? And so we had this argument all the time. People be trying to tell me that I'm wrong and this, and then they start going to that I'm gatekeeping Atlanta. And
oh my God. Or maybe you're actually from Atlanta and they're not. Like, what the
I'm gatekeeping Atlanta. I'm gatekeeping Atlanta public schools. I'm gatekeeping all these things.
God.
Like, oh, you've been in a high school for this long, you still gatekeeping that. I'm like, well,
yes.
I measure the city of Atlanta by what high school you went to. I mean, that's normal.
Literally, the first thing people ask when you say you're from Atlanta is what high school you went to, because that'll shut the whole conversation down.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you graduated from Chattahoochee High School. Where is even that? The Chattahoochee might run through Atlanta, but the river is not Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm like, I use that as like a scale to like measure where you from in Atlanta. Like, you claim.
And if you're from Atlanta, you have no problem answering that question.
Yeah.
And there's a few schools out. Oh, my bad.
No, I feel like I'm like you. Of course, you will probably feel like it's not that deep because you go around Atlanta, you're experiencing Atlanta, and it's probably not the same Atlanta that we experience, which I'm 100% sure that's not.
Yeah.
But it's like we're saying this for a reason. The way that we grew up and the way the child grew up is totally different, baby. We never saw it on Camilton Road or just in no hood in Atlanta. We didn't see two-story homes, three-story homes.
On top of that, there are actual events that happen in the city of Atlanta that you would have only experienced if you live in the city of Atlanta. Like I used this example the other day. This is just like somebody going around telling folks that your mama and daddy is their mama and daddy. Turns out your mama and daddy just taught them in elementary school. Now, are they wrong? Absolutely, because College Park is not Atlanta. And then I've seen people try to play the age game, talking about, oh, she's too young to be. The girl is what, 25?
Yeah, even still, she's from Atlanta. I think she's from somewhere.
I don't care if she was 9 years old. What she said was factual. Like, that's just what it is. That's what the bottom line is. And don't even get me started on hoods, because people be false claiming hoods too. I don't care. Listen. Nail me to the cross, but if you lit on E9, you cannot claim Camilton. Okay, you is not from Camilton. You do not listen. If it's a hood and it's got a nice side,
I allow people to claim Camilton if they stay like literally off of intersections. So say for instance,
like I stayed on Barge, which is clearly
or you stayed on like Butner Road or Nisky Lake or something. Okay.
Yes. But what's the cutoff? Because we all know Camilton Road can take you all the way out to Carrollton, Georgia.
Nisky Lake is the cutoff for me. Maybe a little bit
past I'll say County Line.
Yeah, County Line for sure. Like I'll say from right there.
A lot of folks listening right now who claim Camilton and don't know what these streets said.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so, like if you from Continental Colony, if you went,
taking out with Oklahoma City.
You get what I'm saying? And guess what? Camilton going to Oakland City, but people from Oakland City claim Oakland City because Oakland City is specific. And just like I was just telling somebody the other day, I'm from Ben Hill specifically, but everybody from Camilton is not from Ben Hill. So exactly. I just need people you need to be very specific. Like you can't just be claiming this stuff. And it's like somebody claiming Bowen Homes, whole time they lived out MLK.
Exactly. That's not the same thing. You can't claim Allison Court and you really
if your
from
grandma lived there. I don't care if you spent half the year. Where are you from? If you did not go to school, if you didn't have a school bus that could come pick you up at the address you lived at, you is not from there. That's just what it boils down to. You cannot tell me. I can tell you every bus that'll get you up and down Camilton Road, what hours they operate, and which one only take you halfway down.
What the route used to be.
What it used to be, what it might be. I bet you I still got the Pampers in my house. But I take it very personal. I can't even lie to you. I'm very proud of being from Atlanta. I'm very proud of being from Campbellton. And I don't live in a lot of different places, but Campbellton is what raised me. I was born on the west side, grew up. I ain't moved off the west side till 2014. So I'm a gatekeep. So I know that hood. A whole lot of folks from Campbellton that know me too.
Yeah.
That like you driving a Nissan and you telling folks you got a Porsche Macan.
Okay.
A Nissan is not a Porsche.
You say so far. People really be claiming stuff that they're not from. Like y'all went on the bus with us when that man was drinking Listerine. So
when I tell you every school I went to was on Camilton Road.
Yeah. Well, no, actually.
Not on Campbellton, Niski Lake, Rex
No, I'm
Road.
saying I didn't. I went to North Atlanta.
Oh, but you would okay. But to be
But
fair,
I was living on Campbellton Road when I went to North Atlanta.
I was just about to
living
say
there.
that, and literally your whole life up until that point, it don't even matter at that point.
Yeah,
You was
literally my whole
born there,
life.
raised there, grew up there. That's what I'm saying. It's like people
I only
obviously
lived on Campbellton. I literally was. Now, when I was born, my mama stayed on Delow. You sneezing, you on Campbellton.
No,
So
yes,
from birth.
Yeah.
From
But
birth
see,
all the
I
way up.
even think the low counts. It depends on how far down now, because it will take it to East Point. But if you over there by churches, then you good.
Yeah. For sure. Oh, okay. Churches by Campbellton
Plaza. Exactly. You down here, you know. That's what, and I don't care how foolish I sound. I'm 33 and I'm gonna rep Campbellton to the last day, baby. They can change the name and everything.
Plaza.
They can change the name, whatever. I'm gonna still rep Campbellton. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely Campbellton Road. I stayed on Campbellton my whole life. I literally stayed on Stanton Road growing up, and I stayed on the interstate road that was close to Campbellton Road. Like
I can name every apartment complex from the Rooter to the Tutor on Campbellton.
Same.
Like, don't play. Ugh.
You know, people do annoy me with that because then, like, we have so many transplants, and they like, "Girl, you taking it too serious." But in my,
you're only saying that because you're not from here.
Exactly, because if I were to get on where you from, and I'm trying to, I call, like, say for instance, anytime somebody tell me that they from Detroit, I always say, "Oh, you from 8 Mile?" No, no, I'm not from 8 Mile. I'm from so with them. We ain't never.
I'm from Dexter. Now that's how you get down. Now they asking what school you went to.
Yeah.
Or
you talking about Chicago and you saying you from Oblak. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So people
it's literally the same thing. What if somebody was going around like, "Hey y'all, my name Draco and I do makeup"?
First of all, you can never.
Like it's like I also seen that people try to act like this was a shot at Lotto, which is why. And I had to correct myself because she actually doesn't claim to be from Atlanta. She literally said the South Side.
She said Queen of the South, and then she literally reps Clayco.
She does, Riverdale.
She literally reps Clayco. She don't never say, I mean, she still rep Atlanta sometimes, but I'm saying like her claim to fame is she's repping Clayco and she reps the South.
And you gotta have big balls to be proud to be from Clayton County.
She listen, Waka Flocka number 2. She making it.
And Sierra. I can't believe Sierra ain't trying.
I don't count Sierra because Sierra be fake claiming South. She don't claim it no more. Now she had to do this thing for Lotto for Instagram, and even for that, I was real mad at her because her intro to it was, "I spent a bit of my life on the South Side of Atlanta."
Girl, you went to Riverdale Hospital.
Girl, hey, why aren't you giving that?
That's crazy. I can't wait to rep there if I ever get the microphone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, listen, you had to be there to understand why we rep it so hard. Like, it was just, it's too much. Like, it's
I hope, man, you can run through my followers and DM everybody asking what it's from. I promise you, more than half will tell you that we met on Campbellton Road in Atlanta, Georgia. I was born at Grady Hospital. And let's not even get on hospitals. Some of y'all was born at Wellstar and it shows.
If it wasn't Grady, Georgia Baptist, which is what, Atlanta Medical now.
No, but Georgia Baptist is a good way to pull somebody's card. That's how you make sure.
Yeah. No, seriously.
What was the hospital on Fairburn Road? Southwest Hospital.
Now you take so too far. What's the one hospital that's off Cleveland Avenue?
South Fulton.
South Fulton.
It ain't South Fulton no more. I think that's actually a Wellstar hospital now.
Yeah, but still, South Fulton, I'll let you slide. I'll let you slide because I'll let you slide because I feel like people kind of try to not let like Cleveland Avenue and that area kind of claim Atlanta because it's kind of going south.
You know what part of you know what
but I consider it because they actually live like not far from the west side, and
I guess
you know. They kind of grew up
You give
way
people
like
an inch, they take a
different.
whole hood. So you just gotta be careful.
You know, I don't know. I also let that part of time slide because Young Thug from there. So
Oh, brother. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is if your address growing up, and you know, growing up can mean a lot of things. If you like me, you moved a lot. But one thing about it, I moved up and down Campbellton. So,
same, same, same.
so
Even when I stayed with my auntie, she stayed off Venetian, which is
right
literally
off
one street
Campbellton.
over from Campbellton.
Yeah, 4
I
p.m.
ain't never not
Four
stayed on
pack
Campbellton
straw.
Road. Yeah, exactly. So you
Yeah,
can
you're
never
right. And
try to
get
pull my
what?
car out from Atlanta.
You said what?
I said people can't pull my car. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from
Listen, one thing about
it's
it.
the facts are there, baby.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. If you ain't never went to Mrs. Winters when it was on Campbellton, you was not from Atlanta. But you know, I ain't
Yeah,
even
and
mad
we're
at
not talking about the one on Delow because now they consider that's the one on campus. So when I say
that's
Miss
East
Windows on
Point.
Campbellton, they be like, "Oh, you all the one on Delow?" No, we talking about
Absolutely
the one
not.
that
I'm
was
talking about the
literally
one
on
that's right there
campus.
by the cross from the CVS that you had got
If you
banned
ain't
from.
never went to Abdullah the Butcher
Oh.
on Campbellton, you're not from there. Okay.
Ah.
If you ain't know Bob the crackhead in front of the
Oh
Shell
my
gas
God.
station,
If you ain't never been to the parking ride,
yeah. If you don't know Butter Cookie and you don't
I
know
was just
he
gonna
died
say,
at the parking ride,
you know what I'm ashamed to say though? I ain't never went to that food truck across from the parking ride by the church.
the wing place.
It's more than wings. It's like ribs and all kinds of stuff. They got the grill.
Wait,
It's like a
no.
little
What's the
shack.
wing spot right there?
It might no,
The wing
you
spot.
talking about by Greenbrier. Go back to the parking ride.
No, the AutoZone next to the parking lot. It's a trailer right there that got
Oh,
wings.
across the street from that.
Oh, you talking about by the next to the churches?
Yeah, no, to the church, the actual church. Yeah, you can say next to the churches. Y'all hear what we talking about? If not, if you don't know what we talking about, you already know what to say. Anyway, let me tell you something.
That weed spot that was next to the AutoZone, that trailer. I ain't never had honey lemon pepper in my life until I went there.
I ain't never had that either. You know what's so sad? I ain't really get on my wing wave until after high school. That's really wild. I think I had my first hot wings from American Sandwich.
If you ain't go to Underground and get your American Deli and your wings smell like bleach, you ain't from Atlanta.
Ew, first of all, that wasn't a real American Deli, and that was disgusting. I'm sick. That wasn't even that wasn't Underground. That was Peachtree Center.
Oh, I feel like I went to Underground and mine smelled like bleach, and I could just be over exaggerating because you told me that, and now I couldn't.
Yeah, it must because I remember the day that happened, and it never happened.
And it was the bag. I think it was the bag. The bag smelled like bleach.
I think it was the chicken was old. But anyway, so as we wrap, I just want people to understand the drama that was going on around Omeretta. She clearly shook the table. What I do hope though for Omeretta, because she been going, I always liked her. I don't think her fully produced songs be that great, but she can rap. So it's like, I don't know if it's the writing or if it's the production or what, but I do want her to get her way because I don't think it has anything to do with her being dark skinned. People always try to say that because the girl actually is talented and we have recognized that, but I think that the music don't really slap. So it's like, how do you really combine the two, you know? Mm-hmm. But I feel like, if you see the uproar that's going on with your son, that was a good opportunity to drop some music. Apparently she did do some interviews or whatever the case is, but I'll be getting my face on
a little more than that, boo.
Huh?
So we're gonna need a little more than an interview.
Yeah, just take advantage of the moment because obviously she's gonna always be talked about because of this song. But I just, I do want the best for her. I think she's super talented, and I haven't seen her on Love and Hip Hop, so I don't know. All I know about is her man who ain't never coming home. She got his name tattooed 7 times. That's pretty wild. Very Atlanta.
That's wild. Like,
yeah,
I hate to put it on my city like that, but yeah. That's very Atlanta.
So anywho, I don't think I have a confession. Now, yes. I am after the R. Kelly stuff, I stopped listening to him. It's one of those things where what he did was so awful that it literally made me disgust at the sound of his music. When it comes to the baby, like his antics really pissed me off. So I stopped liking his music. Also, his music kind of got a little trash after that first album. Not the first album. I don't know if it's the second one anyway.
Yeah.
But my problematic fave, y'all, I'm really sorry, but it's Kodak Black. I
I'm
really
Kodak
like.
Black, but you see me, I'm white.
Oh my God. I really like his music, and I think he is a wild boy. I do believe he's done some violent things, very aggressive things. But I really like his music, and I don't really feel bad about it. So
Sue her.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the behind.
No, I mean, we all have them. My problematic fave is Zoe Banks, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, but Azalea Banks
So,
one of them people that people just ignore and listen to her music. They ignore her and they listen to the music. Yeah, I
I
really
can't.
rock with Kodak music,
It's
man.
just,
Sometimes and to be fair, he hasn't really been charged. I mean, he hasn't been found guilty on the stuff that he's been accused of. Not saying he didn't do it, but I do feel like maybe the details of the case and stuff like that might help me stop listening to him, but maybe it won't. I don't know. But I do like his music, y'all. So
yeah. I
that's
mean,
my story, and I
cool.
won't be trying to tell him.
I mess with Kodak. I mean,
His new
it's
album dropped, and that I Wish went hard, and Love and War go hard. I mean, I was in PetSmart doing donuts.
okay.
Period. You don't even believe in Jesus. Well, yeah, the Jesus. No, that's old song. Anyway, all right. So, what you got going on coming up in next week?
Back home from Africa, I feel like a whole new person, rejuvenated. I got work all week. Thank the Lord. I'm working with a new artist. I
Did you
would say about
that person who makeup you said you was gonna do for the Super Bowl? Did you do their makeup? Because you didn't post it.
I was in Fashion Week, man. Remember?
Oh, so you didn't get to do makeup?
I ended up getting booked for Fashion Week and had to go to New York. What a life.
When I seen her pictures, I'm like, I don't think Chris did that.
Yeah, you would have known if I did it.
I wouldn't do the eyebrows.
Yeah. 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 I ended up getting booked for Fashion Week, so I wasn't here.
Was that a better opportunity?
It was a better experience. I feel like with the Fashion Week, opposed to the Super Bowl, I feel like Super Bowl was just like a little one and done thing. The Fashion Week, I built more relationships. I actually made friends with like one of the designers, and we've been talking on Instagram. They liking pictures and stuff. So who knows? Maybe I can work with them in the future.
Yeah.
But this week I am working with a new artist. But I would say this is an A-list person, but I'm doing background, which is the start, because I'm like, at least
A-list
they see
to
me.
You, C-list to me.
Yeah. But I do that by industry level, because depending on who you work,
right.
You get better opportunities based off of that.
A-list at the moment.
Okay, well, you work. Yeah.
Let me stop in case they listen to the show. Well, all right. No, honestly, if this person ever listens to the show, they ain't rocking with me. Period.
Listen.
All right, let me chill.
But I'm working with them this week, and then I got some other stuff that I'm doing, so that's good. I am still furnishing my apartment. We finna nip this in the bud this week. So I'm finna I gotta send you a picture of how I'm about to do my makeup area in my house. That got me so excited that I'm ready to just go get it now. But I need to go do my laundry.
I know you're gonna start taking clients in your house. I think I asked this already, but
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be like a full scam industry. Like, oh, I know this person. I'm gonna have to do it. I don't know how I'm finna do this.
What you mean?
It gotta be more of my personal client kind of thing, people that I kind of trust. Like, I think before, when I moved here and I used to work at the house, I used to bring so many random people in the house. I don't want to do that no more. I kind of want to make it a little bit more exclusive and not offer that service to people who just book with me through my site, because you just never know who.
And people could be booking just to come in your house. You just never know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel
so that's why I'm like, I want that area in my house, just because I would want to work area. Also, I do want to start creating content for YouTube and stuff like that. I know I keep saying that, but I don't have the equipment up yet or my area. So I also want to use that area for that as well.
Okay. I'm recording for my new recording area, but man, this house situation. All I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, y'all, is if I move again, it's because this investment property didn't work out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't try to blame it on that.
Because I'm gonna move anyway.
You were gonna do that anyway, because that's just how you is.
I know, but it's just not. Anyway, all right. Oh yeah, this is cute. It's gonna be brighter than
But
this though.
yeah, for sure.
You
But
see that tree, them little
um,
trees that's got real popular. Those grow in front of my building. Literally, well, they just cut them recently because the season changed. But those pompous tree leaves, they literally grow in front of my building.
I don't know if I'm gonna do the pompous. I think because I like more green plants, so I might do a real plant or
I
something.
recently got a fake olive tree off of Wayfair, and it's actually really cute. It don't look fake.
Yeah, I was thinking
So
that just get a fake one. But yeah, and of course I ain't getting that type of chair. I'm gonna get a director's chair. So it's gonna be man.
period.
This
Sidebar: do I
so
want a
fire.
Prada bucket hat?
I almost bought one.
It's kind of expensive. I mean, obviously it's expensive because it's Prada, but it's like, do I really want this? I do though.
Yeah, I wanted it for so long, but I have hair, so the hat really doesn't
I
help.
got a few hat wigs though. I might maybe I'll get this one. No,
Okay, I actually like that. I
it's
like it.
classic.
Yeah, I was thinking you were saying the one with the decal, like the black one with the decal on it.
Yeah, that is the one I want originally.
That is cute though.
Yeah. I ain't no label type of girl, but I think it's cute and minimal. And it says a lot without saying so much, you know?
Yeah,
Anyways, this week I'm hoping to get some clarity, y'all. I'm supposed to be closing on this investment property next week, but they are cock blocking. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's real lame, honestly. It's so
yeah,
lame.
it is. I'll explain more as I get information because I'm not, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Well, let's not say shame. I'm qualified, but they're just trying to throw some policies in there to work against me. And I ain't even mad at it, but like, dang, let me be great.
Mm.
But if it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna buy a plot of land and get a house built. Not like I'm gonna find a builder that's building a community and just buy a townhouse, probably not a house. I don't really know. I go back and forth about it every day. I just want a yard for my dog. Like, dang, can't I live? Can't I fucking
For me
live?
a condo, I really want a huge condo. Like I actually want two properties. I want one as a business, like a work studio, and then I want like a penthouse for myself.
See,
That's
and
all
I
I see.
love my condo so much, but this darn dog, I just want to be able to open the door, let her do her thing, and go back in the house.
And y'all
That's
let
so
dogs run
lazy, huh?
y'all let dogs run your life.
Well, it's all about convenience. I'm not when it be pouring down rain, I gotta walk the dog, but she gonna mess up
I
my
was about to
flow.
say, yeah. I mean, I can get that part, but you know what though? I feel like this is good exercise though, because
It
I
is
look at it
good,
like,
but I actually walk her. But when it's time, when that weather get ugly, or when it's real cold, I be wishing I could just open the door and let her run to the backyard.
yeah. No, I feel you. I feel that. I like living downtown because it make you not want to drive your car. Not even just because everything is down here. It's just because there's always shit going on. So I walk to the grocery store, and the grocery store is about a mile away. Well, no. The Whole Foods is like half a mile. Then the Ralph's, which is Kroger, is probably like 0.8 miles. So me
Walking or
walking there,
driving?
both.
Okay.
But but walking there isn't that bad. It's only like 17 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, that's not
sometimes
bad.
people be like, "You walk that much?" But you know what's so crazy? When I moved here, I realized how much I didn't walk. I feel like I gained more weight because I got a car instead of catching a bus. Because when I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah. I
train, I
started gaining
walked.
weight when I got a car too. Yeah, you're right. Because we used to walk half a
So
mile to get to the bus stop.
yeah, so me having to walk to the grocery store, I'm like, that helps me. I'm walking
Yeah,
again.
trust me, I get it. Because when I lost all that weight in California, I didn't have a car. I walked everywhere, walk to the store, walk to work. But having Hazel definitely keeps me. My Apple Watch with little rings be spinning. They be closing 100 times. So I am grateful for that. But I actively take her for walks, take her to the park, we run and all that. But when it's raining, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I
So
feel it.
we'll
I
figure
feel
it
that.
out. If I move again, that's gonna have to be it, man. That's
I
why.
will hope so. I really want. I really want that piece for you because when I tell you, like, just going through that process. First of all, moving alone just really bothers me
I
and stresses me out.
know.
But the fact that you have to go through like really intense processes to get these places and then sell your
It's not
place.
intense. It's actually really
It's
easy.
not like intense, but having to do that more than once though, that's
It ain't no
a lot.
different signing the lease. It's the same thing. Providing proof of income.
And waiting.
It's quicker. It's actually quicker. I already know up front how much money I can spend. With apartments, you prove it in how much you make, and they tell you yes or no. But I already know. You know, it's not hard. It's just the moving part. The thing is, like I said, means I really do love my condo, but there is a style that I want, but I didn't have the money to get it, and now I do. So
yeah.
You know, whatever. Anyway, let's wrap this episode up. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your twirl world and burl.
And your curl and your earl and your smurl.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm about to go to the laundry bag.
I'm going to the. Oh my God, that video originated Nivea. I swear to God, I was very confused. I thought that it was both her. And I was like, did she put on a synthetic wig? No shade, Nivea.
Yeah,
all right.
We
got a blast.
please.